are gonna get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to EllynwithaY Goes Live, Tuesdays at 10. Still going live from quarantine, keeping it as normal as we can during this very not normal time. So as I do every episode, I just want to take a breather, remind everyone to just, everything's gonna be okay, and just breathe. And remember, do not be overwhelmed by what you're seeing on social media. I feel like I've been a little bit overwhelmed as of late. So like I say every week, if I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, then maybe you might be feeling overwhelmed. So I never usually get like kind of flustered by seeing social media or like what people are posting, but there's just something about like celebrities just hanging out and being super bored that's kind of like annoying to me because I'm so busy. So I just take a breath from social media, take a breather. Don't ever turn off my show, but maybe turn off other shows. My Aunt Grace says, just breathe with a mask. Exactly. At 6 feet distance. So I'm super, super excited tonight. Thank you everyone for joining this live. We have an awesome show, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but my guest this evening is essentially my boss, Emmerich, the president and chief content officer of Refinery 29. I can't believe it. I am so excited. We have so much to talk about. So I am going to dive right in to the hot topics. Did anyone know that today was the World Health Day, created by the World Health Organization? I didn't know, which is kind of crazy because I feel like the World Health Organization is like running everything right now. But I do want to take a moment to celebrate the people on the front lines, and especially the people I'm seeing join the live right now who are probably home from their shifts at the hospital. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I mean, you know, we're celebrating World Health Day. Like, I don't know. It just feels all very strange. And I don't know. How can you not? I don't know. We're in this like global pandemic, and it's, you know, sometimes you just remember at the weirdest times that you're just, how are we all functioning and living? But we all pull together. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who is on the front lines and who are doing the really dangerous hard work while we're doing what we're supposed to do, which is stay at home. So thank you all. I appreciate you. And I just want to also then go into like more celebratory news, because I think it's more important than ever to focus on positive news. Thank God my man, John Krasinski, dropped another episode of his weekly-ish news show, Some Good News. And this week, if you didn't see it, definitely tune in. He actually had, I won't spoil it, but it's in the headlines already. Hamilton, the cast of Hamilton and Lin-Manuel were involved in this episode. And I was crying. I was bawling on my couch when I was watching it earlier. It's a show that brings a smile to my face and also is super heartwarming. And, you know, I say this every week on my show here. If it brings a smile to your face, you should share that and do what you can to give that to someone else. So it's making me happy. So I want to share that with you guys. Finally, I've been giving you guys, you know, hot topics and news updates as if the news is happening in this apartment. As you know, I am a burgeoning TikTok star, and my roommate Catherine and I know all the trends that are happening on TikTok and decided to make the TikTok coffee. Now, the TikTok coffee is essentially instant coffee, sugar, and water mixed together very aggressively into like a frap, which it is technically a Greek coffee. It's called a frappe, and then you like mix it in with like iced milk. We tried it. We even made it fancy and added some like Baileys and some vodka and made it a fun little drink. So if you haven't made the coffee yet, just go straight to the alcohol version. I feel like in these times, I mean, I don't really drink that much, but it was really good. I enjoyed it. Wait, I just bought a hand mixer to make this. Amazing. It's fun. Catherine didn't like it, but 50% of those in the apartment that tried liked it. So those are the hot topics. Definitely get a hand mixer, maybe order it, or maybe just go out with your mask. And I don't know if it's essential. Maybe try ordering it from Amazon. But try and get one because it is a long time of whisking. So just saying that. Moving into my what to watch segment, I am going to be promoting a show that I've literally only watched the first season. There's 4 seasons. If you are not watching Money Heist, or what is it called? It's Money Heist, La Casa De Papel.
Yes.
Did I get that right? Anyone that speaks Spanish better than I do, please tell me if I butchered that. La Casa De Papel. It is so good. It's about bank robbers and a money heist in Spain, and it's on Netflix. They just dropped the 4th season. It is incredible. Anyone that watches Money Heist, bella ciao, okay? It's an inside joke. You would get it if you watch it. Watch it, come back to me and comment. It is so funny, okay? That part, I just died. The show is so intense. It's very well done, very smart, very well written. I don't know, I don't feel like they lose the plot, you know? I feel like sometimes shows lose the plot, and it's like always comes back to, oh, it's all connected. It's so good. We're watching Money Heist tonight, so we're gonna wrap it up quickly. And that brings me into my food for thought segment this week, which I feel like I actually have some people that are waiting for the breaking neighbor news update. So if you were following me on Instagram stories in the last week, I gave a breaking news update on my neighbor who may or may not have been having a bit of a break. Oh my God.
I thought it was her.
Oh my God, something just fell off of a shelf, and honestly, it's probably her. It's her ghost. Oh my God, that's terrifying. Let me set the scene. I have a neighbor to the side of my apartment. Their apartment is on my bedroom. Our windows are literally like, I think the phrase is like catty corner. So it's like my window is here and their window's here. So we're very much on top of each other. And the long and the short of it is she's been very, very loud and playing a lot of music later in the day, opening the window all day long, clinking, drinking bottles in her apartment, in the hallway, smoking cigs in the apartment. Like, I mean, I had to do like a hex in the hallway with Lysol because it was just so bad. It smelled so bad. And so she started like last week towards the end of the week kind of losing it and was like screaming on the phone to someone about how she couldn't like take it anymore, and she wasn't going to stay here and be here for them, and she wanted to see her girlfriend, and she was like slamming the doors a lot. That was the thing that really got me, was when all of this stuff on my wall started shaking. Like I had like a reaction to that falling just now because it's like her. So she was like really losing it. And when I tell you like slamming, it wasn't like she was just letting the door not catch. It felt like she was like intentionally throwing it. So it started to get to the point where I would like run out of my room to look through the little peephole to see who it was because I didn't know what she looked like. And I think what I've gotten to the bottom of it is she was like house sitting or watching the house for someone else. Because I don't think that she doesn't actually live here. Also, I feel like I'm exposing myself that I'm like a bad neighbor, that I don't know who my neighbors are. Is that something you should do in New York? Tell me if that's something I was supposed to have done. I've lived here for 4 years. I don't like particularly know my neighbors. I opened the door because I was like, I just cannot take this anymore. And it takes a lot for me to like get to the confrontation stage, because I have said this on my show in Food for Thought before, that you don't want to like engage, and then you don't want to be the one that erupts the crazy person. You know, you just want to like, don't scratch the surface of that. Okay, everyone is saying that they don't know their neighbors either. Good, great. I don't feel like a horrible person. Thank you. Appreciate that. They slam their doors too, and I want to fight that. Like, did I not notice this before because I wasn't home? Like, is it always this loud? So the update is that we think she left. We think that she had the breakdown and she left. Because when I opened the door to say, hey, do you mind like catching the door? I was going to be very polite. She literally had bags and bags of things to go into the elevator and basically disappeared. So I thought I was starting like a funny new segment, and that she was going to like just be an ever present, you know, person in this COVID experience. And it was honestly starting to create like a funny little thing in the apartment. Like, it was creating this really funny series for me in my head, and now she's gone. I kind of miss her. If you want to come back, it's okay. Oh my God, what is quarantine doing to all of us? I'm like, come back with your banging door. Oh my gosh. So we've got people who've lived in their apartments for years and don't know their neighbors either. Okay, we're in the same boat. We are in the same boat. Also, a huge happy birthday to Samra. I did not wish you a happy birthday yesterday. I am a bad person, but happy birthday. That's my food for thought is maybe don't be ungrateful for entertainment in your apartment, because then when you complain about it, she may disappear and not have her breakdowns near your bedroom window anymore. And then you don't have a source for entertainment and you're not pressed up against the glass of your window listening to a breakdown. So I'm very sad that she's gone, but honestly, probably my mental health is better off for this. So that was my food for thought segment, which means it is time for the guest portion of my show. So I'm gonna add Amy into the live.
What's up?
Oh my God, you look so good.
I dressed up for you, Ellyn.
Yes, look at those earrings.
Ellyn, I haven't put makeup or clothes on in like 3 weeks. It was hard to do.
If I didn't have this show, there would be no makeup. It's not for me. So I wanted to introduce, because I was like, this is a huge deal. I have the Amy Emmerich, and you're like, no.
I've been trying to get on for a year, Ellyn.
Oh, I wanted it to be running and have a good hum before I had someone so well known like yourself.
Well, and tell everybody else the problem. I'm too old and I don't stay up till 10. So I kept telling Ellyn, I don't know if I can make it to your apartment.
I don't know if I'll ever make it.
Yes. And we did book this before pandemic times.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is I really appreciate that everyone is even willing to, take time out of their life right now and still do the show, so I appreciate it. For everyone that is on the live right now, I want to introduce Amy. Like I said, she is the president and chief content officer at Refinery 29. Amy started as a producer at the Rosie O'Donnell show. Look, you're like, don't do the whole read.
I said, please don't do a long read, Ellyn. She didn't tell me.
Okay, I'm not doing a long read. So you started as a producer at Rosie O'Donnell show, and you went on to work at HBO, MTV, Travel Channel, Scripts. You worked on some of my favorite shows like Made for MTV. I lived for Made. And you grew, but what I find to be so like amazing is that then you moved over to Refinery. So you were originally producing, and then you moved to Refinery, and you grew into overseeing all of our content, everything that we do.
You won't oversee the content. I just support.
I just support. I love that. But I wanted to ask you, because I feel like I've had the benefit of being able to see you speak, and will know you personally, but also see you speak on panels. And I wanted to ask you something. First, about growing up in Queens, going to Iona. What was your inspiration? Like, did you always want to be in film and TV? Like, was your goal in life to be the president of a company?
No, no, absolutely not. I don't know if that's why I care so much about representation, because I grew up on TV in the 70s, and I tell the story, I remember Judith Light and Who's the Boss, but other than that, I don't really remember. I was watching too much television, soap operas with my mom, and the Brady Bunch and Little House on the Prairie and everything else. But I always wanted to be a camera person, a camera woman. But it was because that's all I did was watch television. I mean, it was really the babysitter of the house back then. So I just knew I want to work on that thing, on the movies So I literally harassed Rosie when they started that show to get an internship.
Oh,
it was just
wow.
A non-starter for me. I was I got to get in there. That's what I got to do.
Oh my God, I love that. I loved watching Rosie when I was growing up. I had her book, Kids Are Punny.
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot about that book.
Oh my
God. Did you see she did the live Broadway show on YouTube?
No, I didn't.
It's so good. You got to go. I'm sure the show is still there, but she did a donation.
I did see her daughter had her on her TikTok, so I saw that.
Okay, of course you did. That's next, Ellyn. You teaching me TikTok will be the next live.
You got it. Booked. I love that. So I wanted to also ask you, because you've had such a varied experience. I mean, you've worked on incredible shows like the Rosie O'Donnell show, like Cathouse. What is probably, and a lot of people don't get to know the behind the scenes. We're all here binging and consuming so much television and film right now. But what's the weirdest, craziest behind the scenes story that you can tell without implicating yourself or others?
I filmed a lot of sex at the Cathouse, but everyone always thinks I was in the room, but I wasn't in the room. I filmed them right until they went into the room, and then we watched it live on cameras, and then we left, and I would be the first person in. afterwards to ask questions. You had to watch them having sex because otherwise you wouldn't know what to ask them. And honestly, I'm still so close to everybody who made that show. I'm hoping Lauren Levine keeps saying she wants to do a Cathouse retrospective after, because it's 20 years now. So I do think that show had the craziest stories of all of it.
The world's changed so much too since
Oh,
then. I feel like it'd be
so
such an interesting,
yeah,
like, look back. Where are they
Laura's
now?
like the best show. It was the best show. But like, if you tried to put it in like PC times, probably not. Yeah. I tell everybody, if you can ever hunt down the original documentary that they made, it's just as fascinating as the series, because it's much more about how the women work and the control that they have and the power that they have.
Yeah.
But filming it in I don't remember what age I was, but much younger and way more innocent. I was like, what is going on here? You talk about behind the scenes. We would shoot that show at like 10 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. And everyone thought we were doing it at night.
Yeah, you'd assume it was at night.
Smoke and mirrors. Yeah, it was all daytime.
Wow. Because in your mind, you're like, who's going there during the day? But yeah.
Oh, everybody. I mean, it was, yeah, everybody. But like when I put that against the harvesting, right now you gave such a good shout out to all the workers, and I got to film a lot of hospital stuff.
Yeah.
So one of the craziest things I probably saw was a harvest, when you actually donate, your organs, which I'm a big believer in, because the way that the body kind of becomes science in that moment, and to watch the doctors at the same time truly like harvest all the organs out of a human, and then watching where those organs went next was pretty epic.
Oh my God.
I delivered 2 lungs. Yeah. To 2 different patients. So I followed those 2 stories, and someone else got a heart transplant and I followed that one. So it was wild to see like what we can do for each other, and like, the importance of those things. And that part was pretty, wild in a whole different way.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I like I like the idea of being able to see that and see where that goes. In terms of what television is on, like what's out there now, obviously Cathouse isn't on right now, but if you were going to pick a favorite show or some like movie that you really like.
I mean, Westworld's back. I don't watch anything else that's on at a certain time. That's probably the only show that you can't binge that I'm still watching.
I really have a hard time with week-to-week shows now.
Absolutely. You're thinking about it all week. You're just like, come on.
Exactly. I think Game of Thrones was the last week-to-week show. That was my last week-to-week.
But you guys in the office were so obsessed with that. I felt so left out because I wasn't in the thick of it, and I lived for that show.
Well, I have this idea that I want to do like a binge series of shows that people really love. I'm going to start binging shows that I've never seen Lost.
That's a big one. A lot of people watch again with their kids. So everybody always tells me it's really wild. Well, I was telling you, I just basically binged Harry Potter. It's a movie, but not a series. But come on, there's 8 of them. And thanks to Rebecca Smith, who went to see Harry Potter Land for her birthday, I was like, it was in my head. Yeah. And the kids had never seen it. So since this started, we've been home every weekend. We're watching every movie. We just finished Saturday night, all 8 films, which are not inappropriate for little children, by the way.
No.
At the back end. So yeah, I remember watching Lost, but I don't remember loving it enough to like want to watch the whole thing again. You think you'd make it through the whole thing? That's a lot of seasons.
Yes. Well, I like to call myself a power watcher because I think I have like this unique ability to just power through. I think also the thing about being able to watch the next episode and the next episode, week to week, I might have dropped off, but literally being able to binge 5 in a row, just crush it.
And I need to binge now. I mean, I watched everything in fast forward. That's my other fix. It's horrible that you made so much television in your life. I tend to like a lot of, scripted and drama, so I can basically use the 10-second or like the fast forward through all the boring B-roll build up. I will try to watch things that everyone's talking about. And this was just like, oh, what did you watch Tiger King at? I have not watched Tiger King. I'm the only human being. The problem with that one is it's too oversaturated now, and I know what's going to let me down. It's not going to like live up to the expectation.
I've watched enough to know to get the memes, and then that's it.
That's it. Like, so I'll probably watch one just so I could see it, and then I don't think I'll be able to get sucked into the rest. Oh my gosh, was Love is Blind. I watched it again. I can't watch reality shows. I made too many of them in my past, and I can't get into them. But I had to see it because the whole world was talking about it.
I like your tip. You were saying you're like you watch it like a producer, so you're seeing the B-roll and the things that aren't really
just like the pacing, why they're eating up so much time. Everyone loves to say like, oh, digital now, things can be any amount of time. It's like, no, they normally make it around the same time period, so they're trying to build consensus. And I sickly feel like I already know the ending and I could guess it. I'm not fun to watch TV with. Colin would tell any of you. Because I'm literally like, can I just fast forward this?
Yeah, no, I can imagine. It's so funny. Everyone in the comments is like, you have to
Yeah.
fast forward through the certain shows. They all
Correct,
love
especially
Blind.
Love is Blind.
Yeah, you have to. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Well, plus everyone here knows I always ask about formats.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, what kind of format is this? What does this show look like? I can't help it. I have to like take it apart.
I think that like something that's really interesting right now, like we talk about TikTok a lot at work or YouTube or whatever, with the future of content creation kind of evolving and changing, and being someone that does have kids, like, is there anything that like when you look at TikTok, like do you see that as just like awesome and exciting, or do you see that as like the
Terrifying.
death of like storytelling? I think of it a lot now.
You know, I don't know. We do this thing to parents where like, you're going to raise the next president, and then you're going to raise the next, you know, I'm talking like, you know, POTUS, like you're going to raise a scientist, and like your kid just wants to be a fitness influencer. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, okay, you're good at that. She's doing like 20-minute videos of herself exercising because homeschooling is just really interesting. So I don't know. I mean, I used to say when we started, like, Snapchat can build the next Spielberg. So I've got to believe that there's like creativity that comes out. As a parent, you're like, oh my Lord, how much of it? I don't think the creating is the problem. It's like everything they can see.
Yeah.
There's no controlling that.
No, that's definitely, I see that and I'm like, oh, there's no like parental controls there. Oh, but look at this. We have people talking about your smoothie time.
And smoothie time. Guys, everybody, I tried to bring it back, Linda. I swear. I told Ellyn the kids were screaming. I'm going to post it after this just so you guys can all see. Flash was like, he thinks the like blender's too loud.
So for those of you that don't know, Amy has really cool family traditions that she posts onto Instagram. So one is smoothie time, which is making smoothies with the kids in the morning. Another one that I love, I just like when families, you know, create little micro traditions. And another one is the birthday gauntlet.
I don't know why I called it a gauntlet. It reminds me of like football games. People would tear through the paper. So we basically paper them in before they wake up in the morning. So as soon as they wake up, they have to run through the gauntlet. I really think anyone can do this. You know, when the day comes that we're not in quarantine anymore, people should build themselves a gauntlet and just like crush paper and be like, I'm out of the house. MC's birthday is coming up April 23rd. So there will be a gauntlet coming soon. With a Harry Potter birthday theme, Rebecca.
Yeah,
just saying, get ready for those arts and crafts. I'm gonna need help.
Get ready for the birthday gauntlet, April 23rd. That's also my parents' anniversary. My cousin Michael's birthday. April 23rd is a big date in my family, so I will not forget.
Okay, good.
I will.
Yeah, no, and we got to make it big because we're home, you know. So no part. Yeah, like, it's our party.
Special.
Their kids are great. They like roll right, you know. They're good
rolling right through all of this.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
We are very lucky. So yeah, they're okay.
That's good. That's good. So I always play a game with my guests at the end of the show, and I'm bringing back a fan favorite, which is Screw, Marry, Kill. I actually had people requesting that I bring this back because I haven't done it in so long.
Okay.
So we have Screw, Marry, Kill, and because I'm so inspired by everyone's creativity on social media, baking bread, the Screw, Marry, Kill is going to be, because I'm not making bread.
Me either.
Exactly. Is bread related. It's bread adjacent. So Screw, Marry, Kill is the essential rules of the game is who would you screw, who would you marry, who would you kill, but bread edition. So...
Okay.
All right, ready?
Love it.
Banana bread, sourdough, or lard bread. And for those of you who don't know what lard bread is, it is a local favorite.
How can you not know lard bread? Guys, you have something so good to look forward to when this is over.
It is such a good bread. It's like an Italian like loaf of bread with sausage meat that has basically been folded into the bread. So it's the lard of the sausage that cooks into it that makes it so good. I grew up eating it. It was never called lard bread when I was growing up.
Me either.
Sausage bread. Oh, really? Okay.
No. That's like a new hip term. Yeah. No, sausage bread. Meat bread. You'd call it meat bread.
Yeah, exactly.
Got like chunks of meat in it. Italian style.
So good. So we've got a lot of people saying
Italians like their sausage. That's inappropriate. We shouldn't say that. Okay.
We do though. I mean, I've got my cured meats in the fridge right now, so we keep it.
Sausage bread. It's so good, guys. Wait until you have some.
So what would you pick?
I actually was going to marry the lard bread, but you're right. I went to sex with lard bread because if I was married to lard bread my whole life, I would not be a healthy human. And I love banana bread. So I picked marry banana bread and kill sourdough. I don't get it. I went to San Francisco. I got the sourdough bowl. Like,
Yes.
I don't get the hype.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Those are all the same I would pick.
I mean, it's kind of like, come on.
I love banana bread. And it's funny. I saw these like almost turned bananas at the supermarket.
Those are the best ones.
I went and I was like, no, I'm not going to make bread. Who am I? I'm not going to make bread.
I mean, there's a lot of baking situations going on.
Oh my God, everyone. I mean, even in the comments, everyone is talking about like how they bake bread. I mean, Alexa, I've been seeing her bake bread. It looks so beautiful. I'm just not a big bread person.
I want to eat it. I miss the days when you'd go to the office and people would bring in stuff that they made. I miss those things. I'm like we should chip in for those when those happens. Or maybe everyone can bring them in when we finally get back. Banana bread with chocolate chips. Double whammy.
That's awesome. My Aunt Nancy. She's a really
Aunt
good
Nancy.
cook.
Bake some and ship it to Ellyn.
Ooh, yes. Ooh, definitely do.
Because people have lost their minds. And kind of like bread baking brings us back to the basics. Look, one of the positives, right, is everyone's kind of learning how to sew again and bake again. I think that's kind of like awesome.
I said last week on the show, I think that we've reached like the apex of boredom and a need to be productive, and that's baking and skills.
I also go to another level though. I think we all were doing the experiences. If I have to go somewhere to teach this to me and to do it that way, we all forget like you actually could just do it. You could do it at home. You actually probably do have the skill set in your head somewhere that you can just do this.
Oh, for sure.
But who would have said I'm staying in tonight so I can make banana bread? Those statements didn't come out of people's mouths before this.
Oh my God, I love it. That's all of us introverts. And I know you wanted to give a special happy birthday shout out.
Everybody on this call, today is Pierre's birthday. And we still have another hour and a half to go. So everyone go poke her, because I forgot to, tell everyone this morning, and it's now bothering me. So I'm telling you all now to send her love messages for her birthday. And then that's it. I wanted to give Ellyn's family a shout out. You got a special girl here. We all love her.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And everybody for chiming in. I can't believe you guys aren't sick of me. Ellyn is the best. I know you're really here for her. And Ellyn, that's the truth. They're all here for you.
You're very sweet. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. We're doing it in real life when we can.
Yes. Oh my God. You have to come in and see this whole setup. And thank you for being the best and taking care of us during this time. I think we're all very lucky.
Take care of each other. That's what's important, right? And go meet your neighbors, Ellyn. You're making me nervous. Go knock on the door. Make sure these people are okay. You don't got to touch them or anything.
I'm going to do a wellness check.
You're making me nervous. Know your neighbors, everybody. At least their names, okay?
Oh my God.
You don't have to talk to them or hang out. Just know your neighbors. All right.
Good night. Good night. There we go. Awesome. I'm so grateful that Amy would come on. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me this week and every week. It has been one of the highlights of this experience that I have something to look forward to, something that is not, it makes me put makeup on, makes me do my hair, makes me get dressed. So I appreciate all of you for tuning in, and I appreciate all of these comments. I miss you all in the real world. I miss you, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for watching. If the show brought you joy, if you smiled even a little, please go out there and spread that. I believe that is what we could all use now and always. And if this show in particular made you smile, go ahead and share it with friends and family. I think it's important to stay connected as best as you can during this time, but always. I appreciate you. I love you all for watching, and thanks. I'll see you next week. Hi everyone. Thanks for watching. To subscribe to my channel, click here. And to watch more videos, click here. Be sure to like, comment, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. It's so bad.
Sit down, choosing hand.